Have you ever heard a story that sends a shiver down your spine? Not because it's scary, but because it's a puzzle with no solution. The world is full of these enigmas, events so strange and baffling that even with all our modern technology and brilliant minds, they remain completely unsolved. These are the stories that challenge our understanding of reality, leaving behind more questions than answers. From phantom signals in the deep cosmos to bizarre disappearances and cryptic codes, these mysteries have fascinated and frustrated investigators for decades, sometimes even centuries. Today, we're diving deep into the abyss of the unknown. We're going to count down 5 of the most perplexing, mind-bending, unsolved mysteries that continue to haunt the world. So, grab your detective hat, suspend your disbelief, and get ready to explore the stories that logic forgot. Let's begin our journey into the unexplained. Coming in at number 5 is the baffling case of the Somerton Man. Imagine this. December 1st, 1948. On a quiet beach in Adelaide, Australia, a well-dressed man is found deceased. There are no signs of a struggle, no identification, and even the labels on his clothes have been snipped off. The cause of death couldn't be determined, though poison was suspected, yet no traces were found. The mystery deepened when a tiny rolled-up piece of paper was discovered in a hidden pocket of his trousers. On it were 2 words, Tamam Shud, a Persian phrase meaning it is ended or finished. This scrap was torn from the final page of a rare book of poems, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Police launched a nationwide search and eventually found the exact book from which the page was torn. In the back of this book, they found a handwritten code, a series of jumbled letters that top cryptographers from around the world have been unable to decipher to this day. There was also a phone number belonging to a local nurse who claimed she knew nothing about the man, though she appeared incredibly nervous when shown a plaster cast of his face. Was he a spy, a jilted lover, or something else entirely? To this day, the Somerton Man's identity and the meaning of the cryptic code remain one of Australia's most profound mysteries. Next up, at number 4, we journey into the heart of the Amazon rainforest to uncover the fate of Colonel Percy Fawcett. Fawcett was a legendary British explorer, a real-life Indiana Jones who was convinced that a lost ancient city, which he named Z, was hidden deep within the jungle of Brazil. He believed Z was the remnant of an advanced, prehistoric civilization. In 1925, Fawcett, along with his son Jack and Jack's friend Raleigh, ventured into the uncharted territory of Mato Grosso to find it. Their last communication was a letter sent back with a native runner, confidently stating they were crossing the upper Xingu River and venturing into unexplored terrain. After that, complete silence. The 3 men vanished without a trace. Over the next several decades, countless rescue missions were launched, with some estimates suggesting over 100 people died trying to find them. Theories about their fate range from being killed by indigenous tribes to succumbing to disease or starvation, to the more outlandish idea that Fawcett actually found his lost city of Z and chose to stay. Despite numerous alleged sightings and clues, no concrete evidence of what happened to the expedition has ever been found. The jungle jealously guards its secrets, and the fate of Percy Fawcett remains one of the greatest mysteries of exploration. Sailing into our number 3 spot is the enduring maritime ghost story of the Mary Celeste. On December 4, 1872, the brigantine Mary Celeste was found adrift and deserted in the Atlantic Ocean, off the Azores Islands. The ship was in perfectly seaworthy condition. Her sails were partially set, her cargo of denatured alcohol was untouched, and the personal belongings of the crew and captain were still in their quarters. The ship's lifeboat was missing, but strangely, a 6-month supply of food and water remained on board. There were no signs of a struggle or foul play. It was as if the 10 people on board Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and a crew of 7 had simply vanished into thin air. Theories have been tossed around for over a century: a pirate attack, a mutiny, a freak storm, or even an explosion from the alcohol fumes that caused the crew to hastily abandon ship. Yet, none of these theories fully explain why they would leave a perfectly sound vessel in the middle of the ocean. The last entry in the ship's log was dated 10 days prior and noted nothing unusual. The story of the Mary Celeste has become the ultimate maritime mystery, a chilling tale of a ghost ship found sailing with no one at the helm. At number 2, we look to the skies. On the night of November 24, 1971, a man known only as D.B. Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft mid-flight between Portland and Seattle. He was calm, polite, and claimed to have a bomb in his briefcase. His demands were simple: $200,000 in $20 bills and 4 parachutes. Once his demands were met during a refueling stop in Seattle, he released the passengers. The plane then took off again, headed for Mexico City. Somewhere over the rugged, forested terrain of southwestern Washington, Cooper did the unthinkable. He opened the rear air stair of the plane and parachuted into the stormy, freezing night, with the ransom money strapped to his body. An extensive manhunt was launched, one of the longest and most exhaustive in U.S. history, but no trace of Cooper was ever found. The only clue surfaced in 1980 when a young boy found nearly $6,000 of the rotting ransom money on the banks of the Columbia River. Did Cooper survive the jump? Did he die in the wilderness, his body and the rest of the money lost forever? Or did he pull off the perfect crime and escape to live a new life? The FBI officially closed the active investigation in 2016, but the legend of D.B. Cooper, the gentleman skyjacker who leaped into infinity, continues to capture the public's imagination. And now, for our #1 most perplexing unsolved mystery, we tune into a signal from the great unknown, the WOW signal. On August 15, 1977, astronomer Jerry Emin was working on a SETI project, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence at Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope. He was reviewing data printouts when he saw something that made him grab a red pen and circle it, writing "WOW" in the margin. What he found was an incredibly strong narrowband radio signal that lasted for 72 seconds. The signal came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, and it bore all the expected hallmarks of a potential extraterrestrial transmission. It was powerful, appeared artificial, and occupied a frequency range that is largely quiet and protected for astronomical observations. It was exactly what scientists were hoping to find. The team immediately trained the telescope back on that exact spot in the sky, hoping to hear it again. They listened, and they listened. But the signal never returned. For over 4 decades, astronomers have scanned that same patch of sky, but have been met with nothing but cosmic silence. Was it a fleeting message from an alien civilization, a one-time broadcast that we just happened to catch? Or was it some unknown, natural astronomical phenomenon? The WOW signal remains the strongest candidate for an alien transmission ever detected, a tantalizing and unanswered call from the depths of space, from phantom ships and vanished explorers to cryptic codes and cosmic whispers. These mysteries remind us that there are still vast, uncharted territories in our world and beyond. They challenge our assumptions and ignite our curiosity, proving that the greatest adventures often lie in the questions, not the answers. What do you think happened in these cases? Do you have a favorite unsolved mystery that we didn't cover? Let us know your theories down in the comments. We love diving into the unknown with you. If you enjoyed this journey into the unexplained, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest enigmas. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.